Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl Oluwakemi Adesola, and I'm just too ashamed to even apologize to you guys for staying away for so long. It's been 5 months or 6 since I last dropped any video here. I am really sorry. I've just been all up in everything, from my work to the other one to every free time I get, I really just want to sleep. But I miss creating content. I miss making videos and all sorts of that kind of thing. I really miss it. And anyways, welcome back. I'll try not to stay this long away from you guys again. So anyways, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to have you guys here. If you're new here, hello, and if you're a returning subscriber, what's up? You know how we do it here. It's all fun gossip. Let's not call it gossip, just and all sorts in here. I really appreciate you guys for coming back and for being this patient with me. So today I'm just going to be sharing, you guys have been going along with me with my dating journey, my singlehood, and my talking stages. You guys have been going along with me throughout all those stages. So today it's another story time about one of my talking stages. And disclaimer, if I didn't have the person involved's permission, I wouldn't be sharing the story. Or if we were still in contact, I would not be sharing the story. Or if we ended on good terms, I wouldn't be sharing the story. But because there's a lesson to be learned, to my girlies out there, that is the only reason that I am sharing this story. So this is not to spite anybody or to make somebody to make anyone look bad. It's just me sharing my story with this man out there. Anyways, let's get right into today's video. We're not talking about really, just sharing a story with you guys with one of my talking stages. That I've obviously ended now, and like I said earlier, I'm not sharing the story to spite anybody or to make it, well, you guys don't even know who it was anyways, except my very close friends who I shared this story with before bringing it out here to you guys. So let's call this person Mr. J. Okay, so on this fateful day, I posted a video of myself on my Instagram story. As a pretty babe, we have this self-obsession that when we post stories, we go back and we watch it over and over again, as if we were not the one that initially posted it. Yeah, so that was what I was watching my stories over and over again, like just appreciating God, like, thank you for making me a fine babe, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so as I was watching my stories, I kind of slid up and I saw the people, like the viewers, the people who had watched the stories as well. Then I saw this name and I was like, wait, who is this person? This person is always watching my stuff. This person is following me. I'm also following this person, but I don't even know who this person was. So I clicked on Mr. J's name. I checked the page. I was like, okay, he's handsome. He looks good. I was like, okay, it looks good. So fortunately, that same day, he texted me and was like, complimented me, and I was like, oh, thank you. Then I was like, okay, let me talk to him. So I asked him, I was like, do you know me? Like, I noticed you've been following me for about 2 years, but we've never had a solid conversation. I don't even know how you got to know me. We don't have any mutual friends, because if we did have a mutual friend, I would have asked the person, like, do you know this person? Because this person is always watching my, so I hate when people stalk me, so I would have asked, but we did not have any mutual friend, and it was like, no, that he can't even remember how he started following me on Instagram, but he knows that it's been a while since he has been following me. And I was like, yeah, same thing, I noticed that it's been a while that you have been following me. Anyways, cool. We got talking, from that. The next day we talked. We just talked about random things happening on Instagram, happening everywhere, the news, his job, my job. He's a tech bro, so I know nothing about that, but he was like telling me about his work and just talking basically. Yeah, so some weeks later, I was like, oh, I like you, let's get to know each other more than these, blah 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, I like you too, you're cool, you're fun to talk to, we have great conversations and all that. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm open to talking with you, getting to know you, and let's see where this leads. Okay, the first thing, let's not lie to ourselves, the physical goes a very long way
I mean, when it comes to the physical, he was my type. It was dark skinned, taller than me. Anybody taller than me is tall because I'm 5'6". So if you're taller than that, I see you as a tall guy. So yeah, it was my type. He had a job. It was okay. He didn't live in Nigeria because I'm not looking forward to dating somebody who lives in Nigeria. So yeah, it ticked, I mean, it ticked a couple of my list when it comes to dating somebody. So I was like, yeah, let's give it a try. And physically I was attracted to him. So I was like, cool. So, we're talking, getting to know each other more. From Instagram, we moved to WhatsApp. We were talking. I think the talking went on for about 2 to 3 months, and he lives in Europe. I live in the UK, and then he suggested about, it's high time we met, and let me take you out on a proper date, yada yada, and all of that. I was like, yeah, cool, it's fine with me. Just let me know, so because I do have a job, and my job is not something that I can just wake up one day and say I'm not going today. So I was like, just let me know when you want to come so I can clear up with my people at work, and then you can come, and we can see each other physically finally, and see if sometimes you can have a connection with somebody, chatting, calling, video calls, all that. But when you meet each other physically, that chemistry will not be there. There's just this weird thing with attraction that only God knows how it works. Because me, I can't seem to figure it out. Because there are people that online, we had that chemistry, but when we met, it wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? Cool. Anyway, so now we're planning to meet, but before then we were having conversations, and to be honest, it brought up the topic of meeting each other physically, because in my past relationship, review from people I've dated alike, I like taking the lead. I'm like a man, I'm this, so I'm like, what, this time I'm going to tone it down. I'm going to just be a lady and let the man do whatever he wants to do. Let me see how he is as a man. So I never brought up the topic of meeting up, where I wanted him to do that, and fortunately he did that, which I was happy about. I was like, yeah, cool, okay, he ticked another box for me. So it was like, let's meet up, so yeah, I think I digress. But yeah, so we started planning on meeting. We fixed a date that was comfortable for both of us. So now I think a week, or no, not a week, about 2 days to when it was coming, because I was going to work 2 days so I could clear 2 days at work, if you understand that. I wanted to work 2 shifts so I could not work 2 days at work. I just made it that way so I'll be able to spend enough time with him. Someone coming from Europe to see me, you're doing a solid, well, not just for me, for us. But yeah, so so the 2 days I had off before the ones I had to work before the one he comes. So I told him, because I wouldn't have time to cook, and I wouldn't want us eating out while he was here. It was like okay, cool. So I was cooking, and if you know me, you know that I do not like cooking. Cooking is not my forte at all. It's one of the least things that in fact, I don't even enjoy doing it. Let me not even cap. I do not enjoy cooking, but because I like them, and I'm trying to be a new person, trying to approach relationships from another angle, like, let me try and be this person. I didn't mind. I was cooking. While cooking, we were on the call, on video calls. He was watching me cook. I cooked 3 different soups. I cooked egusi, I cooked stew, I cooked ogbono. He was watching me doing all this. I was really anticipating, and I was really excited for him to come. Yeah. And but I noticed something, that the whole time it wasn't saying like, oh, yeah, so where exactly am I coming? What train station are you going to come get me at train station, or do you want me to find my way to your house? Blah blah. It wasn't giving anything of sort, but I was like, you know what? He's been in this part of the world for a long time. He will probably just need my address, and it'd find his way to my house, which was calm. I was cool with that. So the day it was supposed to come, let's say it was supposed to come tomorrow. So today I was like, wait, someone is visiting me from Europe. tomorrow, and he hasn't even asked of my address. I was bothered at that point. I was at work, so I texted him like, yo, what time are you landing, or what time are you getting here? Then it was like, so well, this was where everything started going downhill. Yeah, so it was like, you know what, I think you should book shift for so the next day was Friday, so I think you should book shift for Friday and Saturday.
Sorry for the laugh.
Like, if I'm to book shift, you're not the ones of, it's not your place to tell me to book shifts. Like, what's wrong? You're supposed to come tomorrow, and now you're telling me to book a shift for tomorrow and the next. What's up? What's going on? I was like, okay. I didn't want to be quick to anger, yeah. So I was like, yeah, what's up? What's going on? You're supposed to come tomorrow. Why are you telling me to book a shift? Like, all was still good until last night when I spoke to you. So what happened between last night and this morning? What's going on? What's up? And it was like, you know what? I'm on my way to the Nigerian immigration embassy, whatever. I have to go and renew my passport, blah, blah. I didn't know my... So in my head, I was like, wait, we've been planning your coming for about 2 weeks. So are you trying to tell me that in the space of 2 weeks, when you knew you were traveling to come see me, you never picked up your passports to check whether it was going to expire or not, and you're just doing it a day to when you're supposed to travel? I was like, calm. That was the first thing that did annoy me, yeah. And then the second thing was that I was the one that asked you. Like, you're already on your way to the embassy to renew your passport, but you didn't feel the need to tell me until I had to come and ask you that what's up. So were you waiting until the next day when you're supposed to show up and tell me you're no longer coming, or what? So that was number 2, and I was like, you know what, cool. Because I've programmed myself. I've faced so much disappointment that I've kind of programmed my head to not expect so much from the opposite gender. Because sometimes when I talk, people are like, oh, you're so negative, but I'm not being negative. It's just what it is. It's what's out there these days. Anyways, I digress again. So I was like, okay, cool, fine, no problem. I just went on about my day. So after my shift, I go home. I was mad. I was really pissed. I can't even lie. I was angry because I don't think I was angry. I think I was just disappointed. Yeah, I was disappointed. Like, I mean, we've been planning this thing for 2 weeks, and in the space of 2 weeks, you didn't deem it fit to tell me that, oh, you would have to renew your passport first, that might delay, blah. But you were watching me cook, you were watching me buying things in the house just to make your stay comfortable and all that, and you're telling me a day to, when I pushed my shift forward for you, now you're telling me a day to that you can't make it because you have to renew your passport. And yeah, there was another thing that was, he said they had to do the electric something for his house. I think like electric checkup or something for his house, which is something that you could reschedule. So, because what if you were on a work trip? You could reschedule that. But anyways, so I was like, cool, calm. So at night, he called me. I was like, so I've mentioned 2 things he did that annoyed me now. So now the third thing was like, I expected him to be like, because if it was me, if I couldn't make a trip, I'll tell the person like, you know what, I'm renewing my passport. It's going to take 2 weeks. It's going to take 1 month. When do you think we can reschedule for? I mean, I will provide a solution because I know that I've disappointed you. You know. Then he now came with this gaslighting and emotional blackmail thing and was like, I told you I'm running around to renew my passport. You didn't even check up on me. You didn't even. I didn't want to say something that I would regret later, or something that I will have to take back. I want to say what, I want to say something and stand on it with my full chest. You get? I just decided to just let it be at that moment. I ignored him. I wasn't replying his text. So the next day when I was a bit calmer, I replied him. I was like, do you know what? Before having this conversation with me, you're supposed to even start with an apology because you've disappointed me. I expected you to come to me first with an apology, not you trying to gaslight me or blackmail me emotionally, telling me I didn't check up on you, I didn't care how your day went, I didn't care how your what do you think? I'm 21 or I'm 22 or what's your problem? Anyways,
I just told him that, and then it was like he didn't see the need to apologize because the reason he was no longer coming was not his fault. And I was like, is it my own fault? Like, you're traveling, we've been talking about you traveling for about 2 weeks, and you never felt the need to check your passport if it was okay for you to travel with it at that point, up until the day before you were meant to travel. So because of that, you didn't feel the need to apologize. Like, did it even mean anything to you that I was hurt or that I was disappointed? So he was just trying to, escape apologizing. I was like, you know what? The fact that I even have to tell you that you're supposed to apologize, it already shows me to a certain extent the kind of person that you are. And now instead of apologizing, you're trying to gaslight me, telling me I was supposed to check up on you, I was supposed to see how your day went. Is it the same you that, until I came to ask you what your plan for like your arrival was going to be, you didn't tell me? At that point, I was just like, you know what? Let me just chill. Let me just leave him do whatever I wanted to do. Anyway, so that went on. So for about 2 days, I wasn't speaking to him because I still expected him to come to me with a sincere apology. Like, I was giving him time to do that, but he didn't. So the third day, he came and was like, and do you know this thing that people do, that when they offend you, instead of them to apologize, they now try to be funny. They try to say funny things just to make you laugh. They're still not apologizing, mind you. They just try to say funny things. And to me, at that point, I was still mad because it wasn't apologizing. And every funny thing it was saying was not even sounding funny to me. Instead, it was making me more angry. So I think because I wasn't responding to him the way I usually do, it was like, okay, sorry, is this, is that. I was like, you know what, this should have come first. If this had come first, this wouldn't have dragged out this long. So after then, I noticed, so we went back to, calling and texting back and forth. So after then, I noticed that if he calls me, he would either be at the gym or just somewhere outside the house, because he works from home, and he would either call me from the gym or call me from like a Starbucks place, saying he's working from there today, blah 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 blah. And if it's like in the evening, which is like, of course, if you're done with work, you're supposed to go home, it will be like, oh, he's going to call me later, and he will end up not calling me until the next day again when he's outside the house. So it was like there was something in the house he didn't want me to see, but me, I'm a smart babe. I clocked that was what was going on. So I was just like, you know what, this back and forth thing of you say you call me back and you won't call me, and if I call you, you won't pick, and you tell me you slept, you know what, I'm not even going to do it. So I thought about everything that even previously, before talking about him coming over, most times when he calls me, he's outside the house. So I just came to a conclusion that, you know what, this talking stage, I'm done with it. I'm tired. I can't be begging for someone's attention, or be begging someone to like me or to come see me, or I just got tired of it. But when somebody disappoints you, you start thinking of things. So I started thinking of so many things that maybe before I didn't pay attention to. And this is a guy that is always saying things like, now wow, you still call me by my name, you don't call me babe, you don't call me. And in my head, it's like, do you know how many people have called babe that ended up not being babe? So until you're actually babe, I'm not gonna call you babe. You have a name, I'm gonna call you by your name. It was like he was trying to fast track the whole thing, like to put us in that lovey-dovey stage when we're actually not there. I mean, I haven't met you, we don't have that closeness yet. I haven't seen you physically, so you're not babe. Until you're babe, you are not babe. And it will be saying things like, oh, you don't use endearing words for me, you don't use. I'm just like, see, I've done this with several people. That is, it became an endless cycle of when I started calling you babe, when I started doing all those things, it makes me kind of attached to you. I'm already putting you in that boyfriend place, in that boyfriend position, when you're obviously not there yet. I mean, you haven't even asked me to be your girlfriend yet, because I'm sorry, I'm old school. So a man still has to ask me formally to be his girlfriend, because until then, if I'm talking with you, I'm probably talking to 10 other men. I mean, we're just talking. and who knows where the talk would lead to. So yeah, I can't be calling you babe and be calling 10 other men babe. No, until you're actually babe, I'm not going to call you babe. But yeah, I'm going to speak with you, I'm going to be there for you if you need me to be, until we're actually in a relationship. Because you men, one day you wake up and say, when did I ask you to be my girlfriend? We're just going with the flow. I don't want anything to flow me anywhere. I'm not a river, okay? Anyway, so that happened, and I just started thinking about everything, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with this. I don't even have the energy for this. This guy obviously does not even rate me. I mean, I don't mean shit to him, sorry, but yeah. So when I noticed that he doesn't call me when he's in the house, when he says he's gonna ring back, he doesn't ring back. When I call him, he doesn't call back. So when I text him, let's say I text him by 4 p.m, he's going to be replying me 12 midnight. I'm like, what's going on? Or if I text him like 11, he's going to be replying me in the next day in the afternoon. I was just like, okay, you know what? See, I've grown to a stage that I don't wait until someone opens their mouth to say, yeah, I don't want you, before I get it. I see the signs, and yes, the signs are always very, very clear, except you just want to lie to yourself. And I'm 28. I can't be lying to myself at this stage. If he didn't date, he didn't date. So yeah. I got the message because it went on for about 4 or 5 days. So I got the message that yeah, it's either he was talking to like 2, 3, 4 girls at that point, and you know, he likes someone more than me, or he never even liked me. He just liked the fact that I gave him attention and I was talking to him a lot that time, or he's had a babe all this while, and you know, it was just plain, you know how that gender can be. But one thing I knew for sure was that he never planned to come. So he just decided to just waste my own time and play with my head. And the funny thing was, I was actually really liking him. But you know what? It's cool. So I stopped talking to him, and I was just like, I'll just let it be. I'm not even going to like go there and be like, you, what? I don't have energy for that. I just let it be. I think this was around like June or July. So this devil of a man, that's how on my birthday, he just sent me a text, happy birthday. I just, because I unsaved his number from my phone, I just looked like his name. So I went through the chat, I was like, this one. So I didn't even block him. It was like he reminded me to block him. I just blocked him, like, see, please. So before I blocked him, so back on Instagram, I saw that he was traveling a lot, because I was seeing locations, I was seeing everything. I was like, from somebody that went to do passport, so you couldn't reschedule with me, but you could be traveling, you know. So I was like, sorry my dear, my darlings, it didn't date yet. This is not my final bus stop. I just carried my bag and, you know, onto the next one. So the reason I'm sharing this story is that you people, because most of my friends are always like, so what's happening now? Are you dating now? And you know, sometimes the kind of response that they give me when I say no usually seem like, not even just my friend, let's say like my aunties, my big sisters, it usually seem like maybe I am not trying, or people in my shoes, it will seem like we're not trying, but we're actually trying. But the men out there, Jesus. And I say something that these days it is easier to find a good woman than to find a good man. And please don't come and tell me but somebody was interested. The fact that I'm single and I'm ready to mingle does not mean I'm going to take what I don't want. I mean, I have what I want, and even if I'm going to take something less, it will still tick some of my boxes. Just because I'm single and I'm 28 or whatever does not mean I'm ready to settle down with anything that comes my way. No, I'm very sorry, but no. Anyways, that's my story for today. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things from this, and just tell me what you think in the comment section. And again, I'm going to apologize for leaving you guys for a very, very long time. 6 months. I'm never going to do that again. I promise you guys, I'm never going to do that again. So it was nice talking to you guys, sharing my story. Thank you guys. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do so now. Give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with everybody that you know and that you do not know. As long as you share my video, yeah, that's what matters. I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully sometimes next week. Bye guys, I love you.